Infotainment ukamva sasi kulira umaziwa kuti ngani za msanguluso zabwera. Tikuuzeni kuti kunali chani ngani za msanguluso komanso kukhaleso chani ngani za msanguluso. And you're with me, Sam Banda Jr. In this edition, we speak to ethno musician Charles Mangwere Mkandama, who also plays different traditional instruments, including the sasi. We also talk to a band all the way from GC, Kangorwa Band. They have their own traditional sounds, and we speak to them to find out how they started, as well as their plans in terms of advancing their music. We also talk about the Pakonde Ethno Music Festival, which took place last weekend at Chingarire Cultural Center in Lilongwe. We've got so many activities to talk about in the arts and entertainment sector. All you can do is stay right there as I bring you more in Infotainment, a basket full of arts and entertainment. Now, we begin our program moving all the way to the central region, and we go to Nchisi district. Boma la Nchisi lili ndi zichitochito zambiri kumbali ya chikhalidwe. Ali magule, ali nzakudya, ali ndithu ndi chikhalidwe chawo ngati lanthu ochokera boma la Nchisi. Komanso kumbali ya mayimbidwe ali ndi band, a very special band, very unique, and recently the band traveled all the way from GC to Chingarire Cultural Center in Lilongwe, where they were part of the Pakonde Ethno Music Festival. We caught up with the band itself just to share their story, how they started their music, what inspired the band to come into the picture, as well as what type of music they do. We listen to the band, listen to the music, as well as listen to some of the band members who explained to us how they started Kangorwa Band. Let's enjoy.
Tautala bande dayamba 1984 babide dayamba timayimba kuangola mchipatala timayimba so maupando ngati maukwati maufumu mumatasenali osamera ngati musi timafidezekera muzizudzo mupakonde ngati mmene tili panopa timakhala limodzi.
Ine ndi chazire nyimbatala, ine ndi chairman wa Kangorwa Band. Ifeyo ni paliponse pamene timapita loko munthu tana kuchikwati kankuchipatala kankukubeku chichonse timamwanya tithiwana koma ulemerero tikadalibe tikadaloka mbolo oti timangofuna bekuti anthu ena bakufuna bekwa bwino otatithandizewo ngati mmene ndiwo makhalirawo zathuwa koma ukapolo kwathu kuyamba lero ndikathawi nthawi maneno bwana timangofuna kuchithandizo kuti ife mwina likauti makhala kuti tifuwo yawo
dayamba chifukwa cha kusira mera mayimbira kula mayino eka zabwera Morris Molidi kuzabwera Hallelujah Band kuzabwera na moko niyo ndi masirika kwambiri kama fera kaitira. ndiye chifukwa dayamba gululi kubona kuti tikazothandizika bwanji timuonangati zokuseweretsa chabe pa nthawiyo koma panopa tikuziona kuti zikupindula.
Yeah, that's the Kangora band all the way from GC district doing their traditional sound. They actually say that they've got lots and lots of songs, but due to sponsorship, they haven't had that chance to go to the studio to record those songs. But they have so many songs which, if put together and they go into the studio to record, they can produce close to 10 albums. That's what they're saying. We wish them all the best as Kangora band, but a very unique and authentic sound from GC district. Remember, you're watching Infotainment, a basket full of arts and entertainment, and my name is Sam Banda Jr. Now we continue our program, and this time around we talk about St. Columba CCAP Church Fundraising Committee is back. Last year they organized a fundraiser that brought together different artists such as Shama Vocals, as well as Great Angels. And this time around, they have that event coming up on June 11, 2022 at St. Columba CCAP Church in Blantyre. This is a fundraiser that is open to everyone, regardless of their denominations, and they seek to raise funds for different projects. So we caught up with some of the members of St. Columba CCAP fundraising team just to share more details on their projects as well as the event coming up on June 11, 2022. Let's hear from our two members.
My name is Tobiza Natindwa from St. Columba CCAP Church fundraising team.
I'm Lady Arikongwe, fundraising vice chairperson St. Columba CCAP Church. The event is the gospel concert, which we are targeting to raise funds for building the nursery school.
The show at St. Columba CCAP Church, we always have this annual event. The main purpose is to raise funds. We want to raise about 8 million kwacha. And this year, on Friday, 10th June, we have lined up 3 artists. The main artist being Faith Musa, Great Angels, and Dylan Anglican Voices. These people will grace the occasion and they will be there to entertain, and people will enjoy on the day.
It's open to anybody, anyone from any denomination. It's not basically for St. Columba CCAP Church only.
People are free. We've got a church clerk's office at St. Columba CCAP. They can purchase their tickets from the church office, and my vice chair will give the numbers to contact if they need tickets. They can also get the tickets from myself. I work for FDH Bank, the one that's Boli. They can find me. I'm Tombizana, and we want to encourage each and everyone that this gospel show, it's for them. They need to participate and they need to come and worship the Lord through music.
My last words is just to give you the numbers and to encourage people to come and participate. Our numbers are 0999 592 441 and also 0999 311 488.
Yeah, members from St. Columba CCAP Church in Blantyre fundraising team telling us more about the event coming up on June 11, 2022, which will feature artists such as Faith Musa, Great Angels Choir. So looking forward to that. And moving on with our program, this time around we talk about a festival. A new festival is born in the country, and this festival is known as Pakonde Ethno Music Festival, which took place last weekend at Chingalide Cultural Center in Lilongwe. And this festival is being driven by Music Crossroads Malawi in partnership with Chingalide Cultural Center as well as Festival Institute. So it was for 3 days. Several activities took place. On the first day, they had the official opening. Basically, the Minister of Tourism, Culture and Wildlife, Michael Usi, was supposed to grace the occasion, but instead it was the Deputy Director of Arts that's responsible for censorship, Anganile Ntakoma, who presided over the official opening. And there was also the presence of Traditional Authority Kalolo, as well as Music Crossroads Director Matthew Zimfune, who is also the festival director, as well as the other officials. And then several performances took place over the 3 days, and it included the Daughters Band, Ethno Malawi Music Band, those Atoti Manje, Skefa Chimoto, Lulu and Matumela Band, Dan Chazama, Kaka, Chingalide Kacho Troupe, Ben Mankamba, and several other acts were there. So during the official opening, we caught up with the festival director, Matthew Zimfune, as well as the director of arts responsible for censorship, Anganile Mtakoma, as well as Traditional Authority Kalolo, who spoke to us during the official opening. And then we'll see some of the highlights, some of the performances that took place. Let's take a look.
chikhalidwe ndi zachilengedwe zimayendera pamodzi ngati mmene kulili malo awawo amene kupanga festival ngaonesesa kuti zachikhalidwe zachilengedwe sifuna ndi mitengo ile apa so zachikhalidwe ndi za chilengedwe zimayendera so anthu amakhala pamodzi mu society akamakhala pamodzi amagwiritsa ntchito zinthu zachilengedwe.
Ine ngati mfumu timafundabe kuti mayiko atamayenderana potengerabe ndi zachikhalidwe zimaonetsabe kuti madera monse anthu amakhala ndi ufulu komanso anthu amakhala akutenga zimene makolo athu ambuyomu anali kuchita kuti zisathe. Ndiye mayiko onse atamayenderana amapangitsabe kuti dziko lingatukuka chifukwa chokhuza ndi mmene zinthu zikhalira komanso chilimbikitso chokhudzana ndi zachilengedwe.
Ineyo ndine wosangalala kwambiri kuti tsiku la lerolo tikulimba lokoma kuti Pakonde Festival yakhazikisidwa kuno ku Malawi. Ifeyo ngati Music Crossroads ndi pamodzi ndi anzathu Chingalire Cultural Village komanso Festival Institute tinakhala pansi kulingalira kuti tingapange bwanji kuti tibwerese festival imene ingabwerese mkumano wa anthu oyimba kuno ku Malawi komanso maiko ena pamodzi posangalalira chikhalidwe chathu komanso kuti chikhalidwe chathu chingathandize bwanji posunga chilengedwe kuno ku Malawi. Ndiyeno ndine wosangalala kunena kuti maloto amene tinali nawo lerolo akhazikisidwa.
Yeah, that's Pango player Mpotandevu, all the way from Chingalire, playing the Pango, showing the best of traditional music instruments. And earlier you also heard Sometimes I Wonder from Kalimba, led by Vita Chilwa, and then Skefa Chimoto. And you also heard, especially in the speeches from, not the speeches, but the interviews as such, from Matthew Zimfune. There was a traditional authority Kalolo, as well as the Anganile Mtakoma. That's that about Pakonde Ethno Music Festival for 3 days, taking place at Chingalire Cultural Center in Lilongwe. And it will be back next year in May 2023. Moving on with our program, this time around we are shifting from music and other activities. We go to theater. Theater has been on a rather rough ride, but there are still some activities taking place in the country. And one of the projects basically on the ground is a network between Malawi and Germany. We've seen groups from Germany as well as Malawi working together, and there is a new development, and this time it's a connection between the Solomonic Peacocks as well as Katia from Germany. So due to COVID, the team could not work together in the past years, but now that things are back to normal, things are starting to get to normalize. The group from Germany is in the country, and on Friday they staged a play. This is an adaptation play between Malawi and Germany, and there are actors such as Lydia Banda, Mpundu Mjumira, Robert Magasa, as well as MacArthur Matukuta. And the team of these two outfits recently were also they also visited Pakonde Ethno Music Festival, where they shared or they held workshops with some of the participants at Pakonde Ethno Music Festival. So we caught up with MacArthur Matukuta from Solomonic, as well as Inc. From Germany, just to share more details about their collaboration. And this is what they said.
Actually, we are here to patronize the Pakonde Ethno Music Festival because we artists, we are one, and we have to learn from each other, and we need to support one another. It's true, we have talked about the guys from Germany. We have got a collaboration between Solomon Peacocks of Malawi and the Katia Theater of Germany from over. Actually, the partnership started officially started in 2019, but the discussions of the partnership started in 2017. So we are having a project which we are calling Umuntu, where we are having different activities to come up with a collaboration production. As you saw at Eastern Era Festival, Solomonic did part of the production which we call the recording process of Ubuntu, but we are doing the King Lear production, which was done by Edward Bond. It's an English book, it's an English play, so we have adopted that one.
Well, we met with the Solomonic in Hanover, I think it was 2018, and we promised to work together, and so we came for the first time in 2019, and we couldn't come the years after because of COVID, and we made it this time, and so we work together, we do a production together, and since we had COVID, we couldn't really work together without, we couldn't meet, so we had practices and rehearsals via Zoom, and we invented a kind of play together, and then Solomonic did a first part during the Easter Theatre Festival, and now finally we are rehearsing together, and we're going back to Germany, and there we will do our production together with all the experience that we had here in Malawi. So it's not only, we are not only playing our play, but we are also telling people in Hanover about beautiful Malawi, showing pictures, showing videos, parts of what we experienced here, and during our rehearsal time in Blantyre.
Yeah, that's the Malawi-Germany connection, true theater groups basically sharing ideas, and so many things have come out of that. Now, we want to talk about something unique. Charles Chavala Mangwere Mkandama is not a strange name, especially for those who followed traditional music instruments. He's taught so many musicians to play a traditional instrument such as Sasi, and one of them is Peter Mawanga, Ketura, Faith Musa. They've all learned from him. He also plays for Chewa King Gawawundi, so he's not a strange person in the music world, especially in playing traditional music instruments. So we caught up with Charles Chavala Mangwere Mkandama, who on Thursday performed at Jacaranda Cultural Center in Blantyre for the first time, and he also had a stint performing at Pakonde Ethno Music Festival. So he tells us, he shares some details to do with the chewa as well as the playing of the traditional instruments. Let's hear from Charles Chavala Mangwere Mkandama.
Now this one won't give us anything. Now we're not gonna say no anything. Come on, come on, come on, come on, baby. 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 Oh, come on, baby. I don't know what I can do as a rabbit. Someone can get me, please. Come on. Zovala zimene zizatanda uzifo izi zovala zimene achewa amavala makamaka masiku ano tasira mwambo kumwambo ja wachewa kumakhala kunkayika kwa nyangu ku Zambia kwatete kumene kujapo pamakhala ndithu zovala ngati zimenezi zimene zofiwira, zina zikhala za yelo, zina zikhala za mwina make tikuti mtomwende ngati wa ye mwini chilombo kalonga Gawawundi chiwandamalire wake ni mtemwende woyera nakhala ndi zosiyana ndithu ndi ife anthu ena amene timakhala kumeneko monga mnavalera muyonchi ndiye kuti ndakhala ngati kuti ndikulemekeza udindo wanga umene anandipatsa mfumu wa Kalonga wa Achewa Kingdom ya Zambia, Malawi ndi Mozambique. Ndikuti navala mutere oniona wangu oti ataona nkudziwa kuti iri nduna Kalonga iyi mbulu la kwagawa undi kukulamba chifumu temwendo wamanga chinchiwo umakhala kuti ndimene mavala kukulamba ndikapita kuno kujako ine monga ngati msangalatsi wakalonga gawaundi ndikuti ndimavala chonchi mfumu yayikulu uli mafrika ndithu yimbira makamaka ukasankhidwa ifo sikuti bangoti dima nofuna kuimbira nyimbo umakhala osankhidwa sikuti zimangochitikayi umakhala osankhidwa timamva m'baibulo kudali David amayimbira mfumu yayikulu dera limenelo dziko limenelo Sauli adapezeka kuti nthawi yake mutu akhangala wazungulira amafuna zedu ndi nyimbo zizimveka za David ndipo David amati akayimba amakhuzumuka nda mfumu ija ndi nkhani imene sikuti idalekeka pakati poja imachitikaso kuti nthawi imene kuli kulamba ku Zambia ndiye kuti Kalonga amakhala pa mpishupishu maganizo mchita bwanji nalava bwanji vana ndiye kuti amene yofunika kumpatsa ndi nyimbo tazisangalala zimverera kuimba zida zachikhalidwe ndi nyimbo zake zachikhalidwe ubwino wake ngosachitaso ufusa pamenepa pokweza kuti tiona kuti chikhalidwe ichi chimene tonse timachilira nthawi zonse tikakhala iwo makhalidwe akasiya bwino mwana iwe ukhala kotere kudzazuzika ndi kuti chikhalidwe chimene chamanga wanthu kuti bakhale nakhalani moyo nakula chifukwa chikhalidwe sadangotenga moyo wako kuti basi popeza moyo nangorola pena paliponse ayi koma amayenera kusamala chikhalidwe chake cha munthu kuti chimthandize aleleke bwino akule ndi mmene Mulungu amafunira.
On that note, we've come to the very end of Infotainment, a basket for arts and entertainment. My name is Sam Banda Jr. I always say that keep it times as well as Infotainment. But to some AOBs, Faith Musa is set to perform in Spain next month in July. And again, the show, which was supposed to take place on June 11, featuring Zodwa, basically the government, through the Ministry of Tourism, Culture and Wildlife, has said that they will not allow that Zodwa should perform in the country. Soaked in Worship performance by Apostle Enesia Chiteka Lewis will take place on Saturday, featuring Lawi as well as Frank Chimpazi. Pixe is out with his third album titled Mtunda, and Lawi actually has signed a deal with a travel agency, global agency. We'll tell you more in our subsequent programs. I'm signing out with a story of one Wenafi Mase, who is a designer, and her design is known as Zanji. I'll leave you with that. My name is Sam Banda Jr. As I said, I'm out of here. Ciao.
Cause I know there is some kind things, the kind things when no concern me. I just say run my things, yeah, and I know this it's a lifestyle.
So my brand was inspired by African fashion, but I noticed that a lot of what we call African fashion here is defined by other people and not ourselves. A lot of the people that I interact with love African fashion, but not just Jitenje. So it was more having to have fashion that represents us as the Malawian youth, where we are, and how we interact with fashion, how that expresses our identity as Africans, as young people, as black people. So it was inspired by simple patterns